Hi, YouTube. I hope everybody's having a really great day. It's Thursday afternoon, and it's just a really great day so far for me. My name is Carlos Cabanas, and I wanted to give a brief description of myself, talk a little bit about myself, who I am, and what my message is. So, who am I? Well, I'm an Army veteran. Between the National Guard and the United States Army, I have 10 years of service, and I have a couple of injuries from my service. Was never in a combat zone, so I don't have that to deal with. Uh, I used to co-own a house with my brother, and back in 2013, he said, "Hey, let's take out a home equity loan so we can each get a car." I thought, okay, this is a good idea. So I agreed to that. We did that. My brother took the money, kept all the money. I never ended up getting a vehicle, which I needed at the time, and my brother pissed away all the money. What ended up happening was he lost his job. And he never told me that he lost his job. He just went and moved in with our mom at her condo and never said a word to me. And then 6, 8 months after he's lost his job, I get the letter in the mail that he's lost his job and the guy wants to foreclose on the house. And my brother was coming over to the house to get some clothes or something, and I confronted him about it. And he didn't like the fact that I was yelling at him. He actually had me arrested and accused me of beating him up and punching him in the face and a bunch of garbage. But I ended up having to move out of the house that's my house. I had to move in with my mom temporarily to go through all these things with court. And when we went to court, I proved that my brother lied about a bunch of things. And when he got caught up in the lies, the judge threw out the restraining order that he tried to file on me. And then he failed to show up for criminal court, so all that got thrown out. And this took several months. This wasn't an overnight thing. I would say this probably took 3, 4, 5 months. And I went back to the house. And my brother didn't realize that all this stuff had been thrown out. And he came home like he was king of the world, walked through the door, saw me sitting at the kitchen table, and almost had a heart attack on the spot. And he moved back out and moved back in with my mother, and we lost the house. And I became homeless for a while. And I can tell you right now, that's not someplace that you ever want to find yourself. And I had hit probably the lowest low that I've hit in a long time. And this is 2014. And I stayed at a VA homeless shelter, but I wasn't like the other people there. I wasn't someone who was homeless and didn't have anything. I was someone that had a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house full of stuff that I had to put in storage. But I had clothes, I had all the basic necessities that you need to survive. So I was ahead of the game from everyone else in there. But I also had a different attitude than everyone that was in there. A lot of the people that were there were drug addicts and alcoholics, and that's not me. I'm not a drug addict. I'm not an alcoholic. I don't need to go to, they had us go to counseling twice a week for this stuff. And I'm like, I'm not an alcoholic. I'm not a drug addict. Why are you making me go to this? This is a waste of my time. And unlike the other people there, I actually went out, got a job, started making some money. And my first disability check from the VA came in. I bought a car. Man, I was out of there. I moved back down to South Florida. I reconnected with my good friend Sean Kelly, my karate instructor, brother guardian angel. He got me working security part-time at a trailer park with him. I got a couple other jobs, and I was set. I was making money. I was living. I was happy. 9 months later, my roommate, who was my best friend from high school, dies. And now I'm in this apartment by myself, and it was expensive. I could barely make it paying all the bills by myself. And then the landlord jacked the rent up $125 a month, and that really made things very rough on me. And I started to realize that I don't want to live my life having the struggles that I'm having. And an opportunity came up to participate in a study group from Empowered Living with Paul Martinelli and Roddy Goldbraith on Think and Grow Rich, and with lifetime access for $100. So I took the course. But that course inspired me to hook up with a coach and mentor, someone that could help me get to the next level of life, because I wasn't happy where I was and I needed to change things. If I didn't change things, I was going to probably be one of those people that just life passed me by, and I didn't get to do the things that I wanted to do or be the things that I wanted to be. And in the past, I've done those things. I wanted to be a private investigator. I was a private investigator for 6 years. I wanted to serve in the military. I did that for 10 years. I wanted to be a black belt. I studied martial arts. I've been in the martial arts 44 years. I have the black belt. So I know that I have the ability to do these things if I set my mind to it. The problem was I didn't have the right mindset. And that's where having a coach and a mentor came in. And I realized last year when he asked me to identify who am I realized something. When I was younger, I was teaching people karate. When I was in the military, I was teaching the people who were underneath me. And when I was working in the Army hospital I worked in, I was the go-to guy. I was the radar of that hospital. If you needed something, you came and saw Cabanas. Cabanas, if he doesn't have it, he'll know where to get it. But chances are he's going to open a closet and say, how many of these do you need? What do you want? You know, I got it right here. And people were surprised that I went into that hospital and I learned from the supply sergeant in the National Guard. He told me, he said, look, you learn the supply chain, you learn where to get everything, and then you get as much stuff when you can and you stockpile it. And sooner or later, somebody's going to come bang on the door. I need this. You're going to be the go-to guy. And I became the go-to guy. But now I want to be the go-to guy for something different. I want to coach people. I want to mentor people. I want to help people get to the next level, because that's what I'm doing for myself. And I've seen the changes in myself. I've seen the growth in myself. And as I watch that, I say, you know what? There's other people out there that need this and that do this. I have a coach and he has me study. These are a few of the books. You know, I have a lot more books than this. I have purchased so many books and I've been studying so many different books, but pretty much there's a consistent message in there. And that's this: you got to take control of your life, the things that you want to have in your life. Instead of complaining about the things that are bad, you got to start working on thinking about the things that are good. You have to have gratitude for all the great things that you have in your life and appreciate the great things that you do have, so more of those things will come to you. You have to be willing to change your paradigm and change your life so that you can have a better life, a more fulfilled life, a happier life. I've started my own business and I couldn't be happier. And now I just want to share that with everyone else. I want everyone else to have a great life. And the way you're going to have a great life is to change your paradigm, change the way you feel about yourself. I used to be a jeans and t-shirt, bum around kind of guy. And now you see, I'm wearing nicer clothes. When I wear nicer clothes, I feel better about myself, but I get treated different. If I go into a store and I'm wearing a ratty old t-shirt that's 20 years old with a rock and roll band on it and jeans that are tore up and ratty shoes, I get treated one way. You know, they kind of, I don't know about this guy. But you wear a shirt like this with a tie and you wear some nice pants and you wear some nice shoes. Yes, sir. How can I help you, sir? Please, sir. Yes. Yeah. They bend over backwards because they think you're important just from the way you dress. And if they're going to treat you different because of the way you dress, it makes you feel really good. I was outside in front of a store, and this was about 3-4 months ago. I was on my way home and I stopped at the grocery store. And when I was in the parking lot carrying stuff out, this lady stopped me and she said, "Hey, you look really great. That's a great look on you. You look very handsome." I said, "Thank you very much." And she went inside the store. But that made my day, that someone else appreciated that I was dressed up and they said something nice. And I've been doing that myself. Earlier today, I was out and about and there was an old guy, homeless, and I don't know what his particular issue was, but he was trying to light a cigarette with a match, and it was very windy out, and it wasn't happening. And it just so happened I had a lighter in my pocket, and I said, "Here, let me light that for you." All I did was light his cigarette, but it made his day, because most people wouldn't even talk to him or give him the time of day. I just lit his cigarette. Big smile. You know, that's the kind of world I want to live in. That's the kind of person I want to be, and that's the kind of people I want to create. That's the kind of people I want to work with. So have a great day, everybody.